World of Tank Blitzers? It's a Littlefinger. Hey, this image and this tank for sale is the reason that I am here today. Gonna do a full tank review on the T54E2 Shark. Alright guys, here is the Shark in the garage. Just look at this tank. Obviously you can see where it gets the name from. This is American Tier 8 written all over it. Let's jump to the shop here, and you can see for 15,000 gold you're going to get the equipment slots and the camo and the tank and 3 mystery boxes. So if you're super lucky, you may actually walk away with some extra gold or even another premium tank. 5% drop chance on that, guys, so not very likely, but you never know. And if you're a person that wants to know what you're buying, 12,500 gold is the price. Now keep in mind, this is only the second time it has been for sale in stores. As you know from past reviews, 7,000 to 8,000 is typically where these premiums that have been recycled through the store several times end up. So we're still at a premium on this tank. So I would recommend this only for super collectors and those that just have money burning a hole in your pocket right now. So let's quickly run through the consumables. I've got repair kit, multi-purpose, and adrenaline. For the provisions, I'm running case of cola, improved fuel, and standard fuel. We're trying to get this tank as fast as possible. For the ammo, 27, 12, and 6, making sure we're buying that APCR here with credits. Equipment, I am running gun rammer right now. Haven't seen too many tier 9 heavies to know if we need to run calibrated shells. The one thing I will say about the gun, it does not have high pen. I faced off on a T28. I could pen the hatch, but nothing else on the front was pennable. So keep that in mind. You may need to switch this over to calibrated. I'm running defense system, improved optics, enhanced gun lane drive, enhanced armor, and again, we've got really good hull armor here, so I'm trying to get that up another 4%. I think that is worth foregoing this 111 extra hit points that you could have with improved assembly. Running engine accelerator and refined gun. And keep in mind, guys, that vertical stabilizer is for those of you that are shooting on the move. So if you find yourself doing that in the tank, switch over to vertical stabilizer. We've got toolbox and consumable delivery system. Alright guys, blitzstars.com. Just run through this real quick with the T54E2 on the left. We've got the Sheriff here, T26E5, T34 Leva, and IS5. All of these are tier 8 premium tanks. You'll see right here, we are right in the middle as far as DPM goes. And the reason for that is you've got a low penning. You see this, all these other tanks have a much higher pen, which is why I said you might need to go with the calibrated shells over the gun rammer. But we've got 310 alpha, which fits us right in the middle. We're not super low, we're not super high, and that's kind of where I like my gun handling to be. It kind of maximizes that difference between being exposed too often, taking a lot of shots, doing little damage, versus waiting for a long reload and feeling the pain and punishment of missing that shot. So I really like this gun in that sense. So you can see our reload is 8.8 seconds. We've got real nice shell velocity here, 105 millimeter gun. Moving on down to weapon handling. Again, outside of the Sheriff, we've got the best aim time and pretty good dispersion. It's interesting to see here that the T34 has better dispersion, as does the Leva. Again, one of the nice things about the tank, this being an American, you expect some nice gun depression. So hold down is the way to play this tank. And what I was saying earlier about the movement is 40 kilometers per hour makes you wonder, hey, am I really in a heavy tank? It doesn't feel cumbersome or slow to accelerate. And moving on down, I would imagine that the credit coefficient is going to be similar here, 170, 175. It's not listed on blitzstars.com just yet. You've got 1850 hit points, and then the big thing, turret armor, 240 in the front, whereas we compare it to the T34 at 279. You know, much better than some of these other tanks. And then finally, one of the other things to point out here, 61.18% win rate. So some really good numbers here on the 90-day stats. And as we jump on over to Armor Inspector, you can see that up front here. So where they're listing 240 on the hull armor here is in this red section, making that effective armor between 3 and 500. Those are some serious numbers, guys. And then on the side here, we've got 120, but effectively because of all of the slope here, we've got 120 in orange and 75 in the yellow. The biggest weak spot on the turret is going to be the cupola here, with effective armor in the neighborhood of 170 millimeters. The upper hull here, still really nice armor profile across the board. And then your problem child, obviously, is the lower part of the hull. So making sure we're getting this thing hull down, bringing this gun down like that, and this thing is just a beast of a tank. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out is if you look behind the tracks here, you can see that the hull is rounded on the outside, which means even though we have only 70 millimeters of armor, effectively straight on, it's, you know, I will say only 90, because most tier 5s are going to be able to pen that. Not that you would be seeing a tier 5, but what I'm getting at here is the armor is not good on the sides. So make sure if you've got someone trying to circle you, you're giving them two angles. The vertical angle of the side of the hull, and then the side of the tank itself. So perpendicular, that goes from 100 to shooting there 228. So big difference if you can just keep this tank angled to your opponents and not let them get to that 90-degree mark. Alright guys, Winter Malinovka here, and this is my first game ever in the T52E2 Shark. And as I'm going to do here with all of these games that I show you here, my initial thought is, where can I get hull down on this map? So I'm thinking to myself, alright, I can get into these buildings here. There's some potential hold down positions, or if I'm feeling real aggressive, I can just go straight into B, and then anything towards C and their spawn is hold down. So that is the ultimate position, but I could get myself into trouble. Seeing the SP1C kind of lets me know that they're all coming around here. So in we go into base B early, putting the pressure on the other team. First bounce from the Action X. SP1C here. Very easily should have switched over to HE, but I just wanted to make sure that that shot went in. And he is taken out for being too aggressive, which is what could have happened to me very easily. But now you can see here, looking to my left and looking straight ahead, you know, I'm just in a very nice, strong hold down position. Also, if you're noticed by my ammo bar there, I do not have any APCR. Really wish that Wargaming would not auto-load your tank with ammunition. That was something that I overlooked. And had there not been any shells in there, and I would not have been able to, go into battle. So instead, you know, I've gone in here with no APCR, and you can see that makes it kind of difficult on this T28. Not sure why I dropped adrenaline there. Really did not have many targets. There's that T28 shooting the dirt right below him. Look at the accuracy. There's only a couple inches to squeeze that shot through there. But that's one of the things I'm really enjoying about this gun is the accuracy on it. Another ricochet there. So now I've decided, you know what, these guys are going to stay here, so let's just go ahead and get to the left of them. Aim in on the T28 Coppola. Look at that. Nice little shot. We've got the RHM over there. I don't think I'm going to have too much problem if I come into the middle here. If I can keep my iPad driving smoothly. We're preloaded HE on the RHM. Take our shot and back down. That helps. The T28 is taken out. And let's get the kill shot here. And he bounces. He must have shot the track and done no damage. So this is where a little bit of indecision takes place on my part. And I thought that T32 was coming in the front of the building. We've got the Lava, and there's an Action X over there somewhere. It's now 3 on 2. And I just can't make up my mind. My iPad doesn't want to drive continuously. So a bunch of things going on here. I'm thinking, do I just want to go sit and see because I've got 1,800 hit points? Probably would have been the best bet, to be honest with you, because they were just going to come back and chase this T54E2. But I decided to go and chase them down. We've got the Action X, who's a one-shot. And this is a heavy tank, keep in mind, guys. So you can see it does move quite well. Come on, if we can get the iPad to make it drive. Trade shots there. Drop adrenaline, but it's too late to get a shot on the T32. I really need to do a better job of deciding when to use this adrenaline. 300, and we get a nice roll there. Our average roll is 260, 320, I believe. 310 is our average, so we should be able to finish him off. We get a low roll there, 5 hit points, but it is a nice ramming tank, and that puts us down to 2 on 1. Another accurate shot, 985, so we should win this one without problem. Over 4k damage on my first game in the tank. And there we go. Finish it off with 4419. As you can see here, since we went to the middle, we even got a scout medal. 109,000 credits. So 1627 on the experience, and I'm sure part of that is because we held B for the entire game. Victory points seized, victory points earned, 780. So good positioning, a little bit lucky there on their positioning, but as you can see, very accurate gun and able to do some nice damage. Alright guys, so Mayan Ruins. This is a full tier 8 supremacy battle here. And again, we're thinking right off the bat, Mayan Ruins, where do I want to go that I can get hull down? Well, it's not going to be going to A, right? That does not serve me well. So look how much faster we are than this Tiger 2. We've already got some help here on the right side with our mediums and light. Yep, FE's a light. And so we're going to push on around behind B into these hold down positions. We need to make sure that we have an exit strategy here because, as you see on the mini-map, 3 are going A. I'm the only one at B, and 3 have gone C. Thankfully, these guys, for whatever reason, they went super low, which is going to allow me to shoot on down to the right and get this Pantera here to begin with. He can shoot that wheel based upon the way I was angled, but really right now all I'm concerned about is not getting shots from those heavies. I can peek and boom here. We can't pen with HE. And there's one more shot. And that T54 there is even further back. But knowing that I've got 3 tanks back there already, I'm going to let them deal with that guy. And there's our other 3 tanks. We are still missing a 4th, it looks like. But just being super aggressive here. Maybe too aggressive, to be honest with you guys. But, you know, I'm trying to get damage, trying to get some big games in here. And there's the TD that I was missing. He's the AT. He was the only one I was really worried about whether or not he was in that bush. You can see here, I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty penning these super heavies KV4 Tiger 2. So we're switched over to APCR now. They are splitting, which is kind of interesting because what happened here is this Tiger 2 is going to drive around me, which is going to allow me just to back up and keep both of them in front of me. Why do I want that? Well, just watch. As we are changing our angles quickly by going downhill, we get 2 bounces. So yeah, that allows us to now back to a hold down position and you know, just take care of these guys. Obviously another lopsided game, which is disappointing. Really like the close, fun games, but you know, it is what it is. 2,600 damage, 63,000 credits, just over 1,000 EXP again. Another 10 shots landed. And we got some spotting damage here. We got shooting the track damage. And that is it. Alright guys, I hope that gives you enough information to make the decision comfortably as to whether or not the tank is worth 15,000 gold. And with that, I hope you have fun out there. Stay safe, get educated, not Littlefinger out.